Hiccup.
Well, I'm either on.
Hanak, we're on.
We're on. Welcome back. I know, it's been a week. It seems longer, doesn't it? Okay? We've got some great information for you today. Thank you once again for tuning in. So today behind the camera, once again, we have Leslie, okay, our esteemed office manager. All right, here in the room with me today,
Hi guys.
we have Jordan. She's going to be our model today, demonstrating the latest problem that we're going to talk about. Okay? Leslie, what is that problem?
So, Doc, apparently there's a lot of people that have been complaining, right? We are in a technology world. We have
Big time.
laptops.
Big time.
We have cell phones.
Yes.
We have... Basically, everything is technology out there.
Yeah.
It goes from year 2 all the way to whatever age, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is something I read on the internet.
Okay.
Do you know anything about what tech neck is?
TechNet. Well,
Tech
I got
neck.
to tell you, TechNet is job security. That's what TechNet is for us, all right? Because it is an epidemic, okay? Super, super bad. It's horrible, all right? And you know what? You've got it, okay? You're suffering from it, and you might not even know, all right? If it's any consolation, everyone with you is suffering too, okay? What are we talking about? Okay, Jordan's going to demonstrate. We're going to get a side view here of Jordan, okay? All right, now, Jordan's on her telephone. All right, now, of course, some of you may have a phone also. You have a phone? Raise your hand. Yes, okay. Thank you, Leslie. So everyone's got phones. We spend too much time on them. All right, how much time? On average, okay, a light user spends 4 hours a day on their phone. That's a light user, okay? I was talking with...
I don't think those exist.
Yeah, well, here we go. I was talking to one of our patients yesterday, and I asked her how much time she spends on her phone. She thinks a little more than 10 hours per day. That's a shocking number, okay? And it's not just her telephone. So, what happens when someone's using their phone? All right, so let's take a look at Jordan's neck. Okay, you can see how her chin is down, right? Her neck is actually curving forward. Now, that is abnormal, right? The normal neck, so stop looking down for a second, Jordan, should be in this position. There should be a forward bending curve, okay? So the convexity of the curve, right? The curved side of the curve, if you will, should be forward in the neck. All right, so it should be curving like that. Now, when Jordan's checking her phone, the neck goes just the opposite way, where it actually tilts forward, so we lose the curvature in the neck. Well, why is that a problem? Stay right here, I'll be right back.
Oh.
Okay. All right. So, now we're back with Fred, all right, to help us with this demonstration. So there's Jordan's neck, right? It should be just like that. Sorry, Fred had a tough night last night. Okay. So we should have that curve going forward. Now, when Jordan's neck goes forward, and we'll demonstrate here with Fred. Sorry, Fred. Okay, there's the neck going forward. You can see it changes the way these joints are all angled. They all overlap one another. So it puts a lot of strain on the joints themselves, but also these yellow guys here, which are your spinal nerves. Those are the nerves that control everything, right? They go right down into your arms, down into your upper back. Big, big problems for the body, okay? So we're causing pressure on the joints, pressure on the nerves, but also pressure on these guys. These are the discs, okay? These are your discs. These are the things that may bulge or herniate right there. Those are the spinal discs. So whenever we crunch that neck forward, we put a lot more pressure on the discs. What we really want to have always is we want to try to maintain, Jordan, can you show us that nice curve again? Okay, there it is. A nice curve, okay, in the neck, which is going to get all of the joints lined up the way they're supposed to be, okay? So now we've identified what the problem is. So who's participating? Is it just cell phones? Okay. Hey, it's not just cell phones, right? It could be laptops, right? It could be desktops. So come over here for 1 second, Leslie. Just follow me over to the desk. So probably you either have computers at your home or at your workplace that you're utilizing, okay? What kind of position should your workplace be in, and what are you doing right now that's contributing to your case of technique? All right, well, chances are you're at your computer, and you may be in a position something like this. Does that look familiar? Scary, isn't it? Boy, if you had a mirror and you could see how bad that looks, you could see how bad it looks here, right? Okay? We could be down like this, all right? Very, very bad, okay? Really, really bad position, all right? So let's talk a little bit about the solutions and what we can do. Since we're here at the workstation, we'll start here. So how should you be sitting? Ideally, if you have a chair with arms, better than one without arms, okay? How do you want to sit in that chair? Well, you want to position your body, all right, so that your ear is over your shoulder and your shoulder is over your hip joint. You want to almost feel like the back of your head, right back here, is behind your buttock, okay? That's position A right there. Now, what do we want to do with our keyboard? Do we want to get them as close to our body or get our body as close to the keyboard as we can, as well as the mouse? The mouse shouldn't be across the room. Let's bring it a little bit closer. It's easier to reach, okay? Now, what about this? Okay, what about the monitor, all right? Well, the angle of the monitor is super important, okay? So I'll just use this calendar as an example. If this is the face of the monitor, right, we don't want this monitor straight up and down, okay? So look what happens when we put the monitor straight up and down, all right? When we've got it like this, our heads have to drop down in order to be able to see what's on that monitor. However, if we tilt the bottom of the monitor out, okay, now we can start an angle of viewing, okay, a viewing angle that instead of being at a steep angle can actually be at a 90-degree angle to the surface of the monitor that we're viewing. Big difference. Big difference. Again, we're trying to save these poor discs and nerves and joints up in our neck, right? We're trying to combat the scourge, which is tech neck. All right? So, this is the workplace, all right? We've pulled this out. We want to maintain that position, okay? Realizing that we want to keep our chin up, right? When we're checking our phones, our chin goes down. If we can keep the chin up, looking down, we can still look down at our monitor when we do this. Now we're in a much healthier position, and we're going to feel less fatigue as the day goes on too, right? So that's in the workplace. So we've got the problem, the challenge, and how we can fix it. Now you might say, well, wait a second, my monitor doesn't tilt out like that. Well, you just tilt it up and put a little book under the bottom of it. Okay, that'll work. All right, if it also happens to be one that raises up, I would raise it and tilt it. Okay, you get the best of both that way. All right? All right, follow me. What else can we do to solve this problem? Okay, well, one of the things we've got to do, and I'm going to come back here to Jordan, is we need to loosen these muscles. Okay, loosen these chest muscles. Well, why is that? Well, what do the chest muscles do? Okay, well, the chest muscles pull our shoulders forward. Right? If you look around at those of the people that are around you right now, members of your family, co-workers, chances are their shoulders come forward, right? Just like this. This is all because of us spending so much time, okay, with our hands in front of us. We're driving our cars, we're washing dishes, okay, we're on our tech devices. So it's not just hurting our neck, right? It's curving our neck forward, all right, in the opposite position it should be, but it's also tightening these muscles. So if we're going to combat tech neck, we've got to work on the muscles that we've been allowing to tighten up over the years. All right, so we've got to stretch these. So the muscles, the chest muscles, are called your pectoral muscles. So the pectoral muscles are what's called shoulder protractors, meaning they bring the shoulders forward. They're our hugging muscles, okay? So we've got to stretch them because when these guys get tight, they pull the shoulders forward and they cause a great deal of stiffness and tightness in these muscles back here, the trapezius, the rhomboids, okay? These are your shoulder retractors. They pull the shoulders back, okay? So when the pectoral muscles, the muscles in front get tight, they stress these guys to the max, all right? Don't you carry your attention up here? Most of us do, right? Mm-hmm. Right? We're just hoping someone's going to give us a little neck rub there, a little back rub, okay? That's what we all need at the end of the day. Okay, but if we can stretch our pectoral muscles out, we can relax these guys back here, all right, and make it a lot easier on our spouses, significant others, or whoever we convince to do that back rub for us, okay? How do we stretch these guys? I'm so glad you asked. Okay, all right, let's come over here to the doorway, and Jordan's going to help us once again, okay? Jordan, can you step out into the hallway there? Okay, so this is a pectoral stretch. It takes 3 minutes per day. Okay, I know what you're thinking. Okay, an exercise. Oh no! Hey, you know what? You want your body to stay healthy. You got to do something about it. Okay, all right. Think about it. You change the oil in your car, don't you? Yes, of course you do. Why? You want it to last? Hey, a little care for the body, a couple of minutes a day is all it takes, okay? Remember, we got to combat this scourge that is tech neck. All right, Jordan, so let's demonstrate the low position for your arms first. Okay, so there's 3 positions, and we're going to place the forearms against the door jamb. You can pick any doorway at your home. Usually a closet or a bathroom door will be narrow enough if you don't have a big wingspan, okay? We're going to put 1 foot into the room a little bit and 1 foot back, okay? So this is our starting position, and what we're going to do is we're going to move the body forward into the room, just like that, okay? So things to think about while you're doing this stretch: you want to keep your upper body over your lower body. You want to kind of feel like you're leading with your belly button, and you're going to feel the stretch right here, okay, across that pectoral muscles, all right? So that's position number 1. You want to hold that for 60 seconds, a slow count of 60. Where do we go from there? We're going to back up slowly. All right, you can shake the arms out if you need to. Shake them out, Jordan, there. Okay, very nice. All right. Well, let's go to position number 2.
Okay.
Okay, position number 2 is 90 degrees, Jordan. Let's see if Jordan can actually do this, okay? Jordan has some shoulder injuries in her past, okay? some shoulder skeletons in her closet, all right?
Yes.
So there we are at 90 degrees now, okay? So now we do the same thing. 1 foot into the room, 1 foot back, and we get into this position. Again, we're going to feel it pulling across the chest, all right? The big thing is, again, we don't want to come in like this, all right? Jordan's posture is perfect. We're just coming through as a unit, upper body over the lower, feeling like we're leading with our belly button, okay? All right, go ahead and back, Jordan. There we go. So you can see Jordan goes back slowly. That's important because we don't want to cause any reflex spasm, all right? Very, very important. Now we're going to go to the 3rd position. This is the highest one. So we did 45 degrees, we did 90 degrees, now we do 45 degrees from the horizontal, okay? Same basic procedure. 1 foot goes into the room, the other is back, and again, perfect position. Jordan has her upper body over her lower body, feeling like she's leading with her belly button. Again, this is another 60-second hold. So what have we come up with here? 60 seconds, 60 seconds, 60 seconds. 3 minutes. You've got 3 minutes. I know you do. Okay? All right, you could be chatting and catching up with the rest of the family while you're doing the stretch. In fact, the whole family could be doing the stretch together. All right? It's that much fun. You got to try it. You're going to love it. Now, I will tell you that it takes a little getting used to. So go easy as you start it off. All right? What's the best time to do this stretch? All right? That's a big question we get in the office. Thank you, Jordan. All right? The best time to do it is whenever you can do it. Okay, first.
Anytime.
Now, if you're willing to do it, you want a suggestion on the best time, I would say the end of the day. And how do you remember to do it? I'll tell you what I do, okay? When I get home, before I get changed and jump in the shower, that's when I do my stretch, okay? So I build it into the same time every day. That way I don't forget, all right? And I kind of laugh sometimes at myself because sometimes I actually think when I go to do this stretch that I don't feel like doing it. And I think, wow, I sound just like one of our patients. All right? And of course, I laugh, and then, of course, I do my stretch because I know how important it is. Okay? So I encourage you to do that too. All right? It'll make a big, big difference. Just a little bit of TLC for your body is going to make a huge, huge difference. Now, what do we do about our posture? We talked about the workstation. We talked about one of the corrective stretches that we can do. But what about when we're actually using the devices? All right? All right, what do we do then? All right, so come on back in here, Jordan. Okay, if you can grab your phone again. All right, excuse me. There we go. Okay, so you got Jordan from the side there, Leslie? Okay.
Yes.
So the better thing to do, all right, what we want to do is we want to get Jordan's head up. We talked about, remember, getting your chin up. All right, keep your chin up. All right, that works not just with tech devices. All right, you have a better day if your chin is up. Okay. All right, so to get the chin up, well, Jordan's going to be looking at the phone, so we need to bring the phone up. Now, if you look at that, you're thinking, no way I'm going to keep my arms like this, okay? They're going to get tired. I'll be on my phone just for a couple of minutes a day. Shazam! There's the solution, okay? All right, no, that's not going to work. Yes, realistically, what you want to do, and Jordan did it automatically, is you want to tuck your elbows into your body, okay? And then based on wherever a comfortable position is for you, now look at Jordan's neck now, okay? Look at the difference, okay, versus the way her neck was positioned before. All right, you can see how much healthier that is, how much less strain. And she's just resting her arms. Now, She could be a one-handed phone user, okay? This hand could be, waving to her fans. It could be doing whatever, okay? She could be drinking her coffee, okay? Right, so, but she's keeping her body, just her elbow tight to her body and supporting the phone up as close to eye level as she possibly can get. All right, so that's one solution, right? The other things that happens too, as we're using our devices, is we tend to sometimes do it in bed, okay? Not the greatest solution, right? What happens when we're in bed? Jordan, if you could just lay down on the table for me, face up, okay? And what I'll do is, I'm just going to simulate the bed position, okay? Giving you a pillow, okay? Put your head there for me, right? And now, okay, Jordan is once again on her phone. Now she's in bed, okay? So we've got a pillow under this neck, taking that healthy curve away, all right? So it's tilting forward again. And here we have Jordan for hours on her phone while she's in bed, okay?
Actually, Doc, can I show you what Jordan does with her pillow?
Yes.
Can you bend that in half,
pinch
it in half, and then put her head on it?
I think he's talking about himself, Doc.
Oh my goodness, it all comes out in the wash, okay? Confessions of a couple here. It's all coming out now, all right? Well, listen, this is not a therapy session for Jordan and Leslie. We're talking about tech neck here, okay? All right, so she's losing that curve in her neck, okay? Obviously, often it would be even more severe like this, okay? Again, we're losing that curve. Super bad position. So what do? All right, the best solution, and sometimes too, what you might do is you might try to watch TV in this position. There might be a TV across the room. All right, the best thing you can do is not watch TV when you're in bed. Okay, unfortunately, all right, you're going to fall asleep in front of the TV. You're way too comfortable. Okay, you know what's going to happen. I can see you in there. Okay, you know what's going to happen. So the best thing to do is when you get into bed, go to sleep. That's the best use of your bed, okay? All right, the best use of your bed. Watch TV in the living room, family room, where you can sit in a better chair, keeping your chin up, not increasing your tech neck, okay? So we don't want to irritate the neck by either checking the phone when you're in bed, not the best way to do it, okay? If you want to check your phone before you go to sleep, right, before you're ready to, turn the light out, no problem. Sit up for me, Jordan, okay? So let's pretend, okay, Jordan's in her bedroom here. She's sitting on the edge of her bed. Just turn this way a little bit so Leslie can see her from the side, okay? So what does she do? She gets her hands in that perfect A1 position, okay? And is checking her phone before she goes to bed. But you can see she's sitting, look at that. She looks so happy too, doesn't she? Okay? She's keeping a good curve in her lower back, okay? Which promotes a good curve in her neck as well, and keeping the phone up, all right? Now, is it possible to do this? Does she look like just, you're looking at Jordan and you're saying, there's no way I can do that? Yes, you can. Okay? Give it a try. Okay? Give it a try. The consequences for years and years of phone use, how many more years do you plan on using your cell phone for?
Ever.
Okay? Forever, right? Lots and lots and lots and lots, okay? Maybe, what is that, 20, 30, 60 more years? I don't know. Depends how old you are, okay? All right? Think about what that repetitive trauma and that repetitive irritation is going to do to all of these joints up here. Your hands are going to start to fall asleep. Have you experienced that already? You might get some tingling and numbness going down into your arms. Yeah, more tension up here in the neck. Maybe some headaches. Yeah, some eye strain, blurred vision, any of those things happening to you, right? Again, it's an accumulation of stress. It's like dimming a light bulb. It's the slightest bit every single day. Hey, after a couple of months, imagine years, how much dimmer is that bulb going to be? Well, that's what's happening here. We're just irritating the body little by little, chipping away your good health. Well, we want to reverse that trend. There's no reason why you can't use a cell phone. But hey, let's use it in a good position. Let's make these tools work for us and not end up hurting us in the long run. Okay? Super, super important. And just a word about our children. Okay? Often our children imitate us, right? They see us using these devices, they end up on their devices, okay? Are they going to hold the device up in front of them if you're not doing it? Are they going to learn the best possible thing if you're not showing them? Chances are probably not. A lot of times too, children, and Jordan, can you just sit like with your legs folded on the table? Can you do
Folded?
that?
Like Indian style?
Yeah, just like that. Okay? So this is how children often sit.
Caleb.
Okay? All right? Okay, you probably have some postures like this in your own home. All right, look at that. Is that awful?
Miserable.
That hurts. Okay, somehow they're able to do it. Okay, all right. Jordan can't maintain this position. I hope you're watching. She's got to come out of that posture now. Okay, all right. Just not good. Okay, not good. But that's what happens. So kids often will do it down in their laps. Right? They'll be leaning forward. So we can't have that. Right? We've got to get them in those good habits. We know they're going to use electronic devices. They should be tech savvy. We're in a tech world, right? So we just need to make sure that we make our technology adapt to us as opposed to us adapting to the technology. Does that make sense? Right? So hey, thank you so much for joining us again this week. Do we have any questions out there? Any questions popping up? We're good. We think, well, we covered everything.
I think you answered everything, Doc.
Hey, that's fantastic.
Now, the only thing I have is that they said about that if you turn your neck downward, it's like putting 60 pounds on your head.
Leslie, that's a great point. Okay, basically what you see here, okay, is a bowling ball. Okay, all right, it's a bowling ball sitting on top of shoulders. Okay, and I mean that in the nicest way possible,
Okay.
Jordan. You know that. Okay. Hey, I've got a bigger bowling ball here. Okay, so this is a lot of weight. Right now, the body can effectively just turn to the side just a little bit more, so Leslie has a side-on view of you. Okay. So the body can more effectively bear the weight when the ears over the shoulders, shoulders over the hip, hips over the ankle. Okay? That's fairly easy for the body to deal with. However, when we tip that head forward, all right, and we move the center of gravity, okay, the head past the center of the body, well, now this weight is pulling directly down on the spine. Okay? That also causes us to cause more strain in our lower back as well. Right? So it's kind of a domino effect. So we have to avoid that, right? So we've got to get this in position, right? This creates a healthy position for the neck, a healthy position for the lower back, all right? And is much better, again, long term. These are the only bodies we're going to get. You know, yes, I've said it before, okay? So if we don't take care of them, where are we going to live, all right? You've got to take care of these bodies, super important, right?
I do have one question, Doc.
Yes.
Remember when you had Jordan laying down?
Yes.
They want to know what is the best way to read in bed. I guess reading a book, because a lot of people think it's just technology, but reading a book can actually cost us as well, or reading a book on your tablet or phone, that will cost something.
Okay, so my best recommendation, I'll give you the best first, and then we'll go to our secondary choices. So the best thing to do is the way Jordan was checking her phone before she turned out the light to go to bed and have pleasant dreams, okay, is to read sitting on the side of your bed, okay, where you can regulate your posture, you can regulate the curve in your lower back, you can have your reader up close to you so your elbows are tucked, okay, there you go, and you're reading your book, all right, that's the best way, okay, that's the best way. All right, you want the second choice, you're thinking, I'm not really going to do that, I want to be in my bed. Now remember, once you lay down, you know you're going to fall asleep. You do it every night, okay? And you drop your phones on the floor, okay? Or your readers on the floor, or the TV. You wake up like at 4 in the morning and the TV's blaring at you because you were watching the TV for the first 10 seconds, and then for the last 4 hours it was watching you, okay? All right? So this is what you can do. Okay, lay down on your back, on your side actually, Tommy Jordan, okay? All right, Leslie, so you're going to have to kind of come in here.
I'll come over here.
Okay. Now, so say you can actually do this on your side. Again, this is not my favorite way to do this, okay? Because you know you're going to fall asleep. All right. So here's what Jordan would do, okay? She's got her head on the pillow, all right? Make sure the pillow is thick enough so that it supports your ear and fills in this gap. Okay, the gap between Jordan's ear and the mattress. Okay, super important. Now, Leslie, if you can kind of come right around here. All right. Now, there's ways to do this. Okay. So if Jordan is looking at her phone, and her phone once again, I'm just going to hold your phone for you, Jordan. It's down here. So take a look at your phone. Now look, we've once again lost that curve. Okay. However, if Jordan gets her head in a good position and is able to have her phone in front of her eye line. Now, I'm not going to be there to hold it for her. She's going to have to do this herself, okay? But if she's able to hold it there, well, now she's maintaining that curve. And if the pillow is high enough, it's also going to maintain the curve of her spine, so her neck will be even with the rest of her spine. Okay, so that's a possibility. Also, too, when you're sleeping in bed on your side, we have a lot of side sleepers out there, right? I recommend sleeping on your back. And not everyone can do that or has tried it yet long enough. But if you're laying on your back, this is the way you want to have your neck. You don't want to have your chin tucked down towards your chest because otherwise you're going to lose this curve. So you can see the gap. You want to have a good gap between the chin and the chest, which helps to maintain the proper curve in the neck. All right, so we threw sleeping position in there to tech neck, but guess what? Bad sleeping position can also cause the same kind of issues that you get from tech neck, right? So, once again, thank you to Jordan, thank you to Leslie, and thank you out there for joining us on Facebook Live from Pain Free Orlando. That's 407-344-4878. You know, if you haven't been in, if you're watching us on Facebook and you haven't been in to get checked recently, you know you should, okay? The stretching that you know you should do, please do that pec stretch. Show everybody in your family how to do it. Super important. It'll make a big difference. You guys have a great day. Thanks again.